an action camera with a flip-up screen, detachable camera, and remote control viewing and shooting. What makes this camera truly remarkable to me is the flexibility, the different things we can do with it. We've got this tiny little camera that we can pretty much put anywhere. This opens up the opportunity for different types of shots. But when it's attached and it magnetically snaps into this action mount, now it works like an action camera. We've got all the controls, we've got touchscreen on the back. The screen even flips up, so if you want to use it for vlogging, you can see yourself. But what makes it really cool is when I push this little button to release the camera and I pop it out, I can actually move the camera around and still monitor it on the screen. So it actually works remote control. And right here, I'm showing you a clip so you can kind of see the range of what you can get on that. Then when you need more range or more flexibility, you can also use the mobile app. So the Go 3 is able to shoot video up to 2.7K, and of course it can do photos in RAW as well. They've removed the recording limit from video, so now you can shoot as long as the battery lasts, which is now 50% longer than the Go 2. The battery will last up to 45 minutes. When you use it with the Action Pod, you can get almost 3 hours worth of battery life. Whenever it docks magnetically, it will charge the camera. There's a little button that you push here and you just pop the camera out, so it magnetically snaps in, but with that button we'll just kind of lock it in place so it doesn't accidentally fall out while you're using it. Now of course this camera also comes with the flow state stabilization that Insta360 are very famous for. It's some of the best image stabilization that there is anywhere. So as well as the stabilization, it also has auto leveling, so if this is going around or just kind of moving, it will level out inside the app. Now before we look at the functionality, let's look at some of the other mounts that come with it. So one of them is this magnetic pendant. You just simply put this around your neck, put it under your shirt, and then you can just snap it onto your shirt and you can just mount it magnetically. So what you do with this contraption here is it's like a little wedge. So you can put it behind it, and then when you snap the camera on, it's either going to tilt the camera down or it's going to tilt the camera up depending on how you're mounting this. So this is good. So you probably want it up when you're riding a bike, like here I am using it on a bike right now. And then you might want to kind of have it down if you're walking around like I am here and you want to see more of the scenery. So it gives you that little bit of flexibility. Now another mount that it comes with is this one here. It mounts on a hat. Once again, magnetic, just snaps in. And then this clip here, you can attach it to a cap, you can attach it to all kinds of different things, luggage, whatever you want. And then there's more mounts that it comes with. By the way, that magnet is really strong. It has this nice little magnetic mount. And then that will just lock in. And this has a 1/4-20 on there, so I can attach that to all kinds of tripod mounts. And to get it out, I have to squeeze here and then release. So it always uses the magnet, but it also has this nice locking, so it's not going to come loose. Now, one of the fun ones here is I can just attach it on here, and there's this flexible, sticky kind of mount here. And if I take this off, it's sticky, so I can attach it. Here I am, I'm using it on my car. And of course I can use it inside the car as well. And obviously lots of different places. And then when you're done, all you gotta do is you just wash it off in water, in clean water, and then it restores the stickiness. So when I was using this inside the car, I was able to control it remotely by using the phone app. So the Insta360 app on the phone was able to control this. I start and stop recording, change modes, all that kind of fun stuff. And pretty much all the settings that are on the camera that we're going to look at in a second are all on the app as well. All right, so there's other mounts available like this monkey tail, where you can just kind of wrap it around things. You can also get a quick release mount, and this will mount onto, some of your existing Insta360 handles and different things like that. Then as my favorite is the 2-in-1 tripod. So this just attaches on the bottom here. And then this just works like a selfie stick. But remember, you've got your quick release, so you can take the camera on and off very quickly. But also, it has a selfie stick built into it. Plus, it has some little feet there, so you can set that up as a tripod. So say I want to do some kind of vlogging or something like that where the camera is there recording, kind of like what I am on that camera. I could be doing that with the camera here. And let me just show you a little clip of me doing some vlogging. So you can see it looks pretty good, and the sound is surprisingly good from these little microphones. Tutorials and things like that where I want to be hands-free, drone tutorials. So let's look at the functionality. So if you look on the side here, it has an input for USB-C. So we can attach a USB-C to charge it, and also we can use it for downloading the footage. So it has internal storage, comes in 32, 64, and 128 gig configurations. This is a 64 gig configuration that I have here. There's a trigger button, you know, to start and stop shooting. And then on the side here, we have a quick button, which can be programmed. So when we go into that quick mode, we just tap on there and the camera's gonna start and immediately start recording. So here's the interesting thing. If I change the settings on here, the camera is gonna pick up those settings. Now on the camera, I just tap, and it's going to start up, and then it's going to start recording in whatever mode we want it. Right now it's regular video mode. Tap to stop, and it will just shut off again. So single tap to shoot video, double tap to shoot photos, and then you can press and hold to shut it off. And then of course we've got the second button on the top here, which is just your regular on-off button. This also has voice control, and it's also been upgraded as far as the audio. It now has 2 microphones built in. All right, so let's look at the functionality. If we swipe down, we get our settings. We can turn our voice control on, all the fun settings here. We want to turn the wind resistance, direction focus, you know, for the audio settings. Now, whatever you set on here is going to go in the camera. So just swipe up when you're done. Now, if we just swipe across, we can change the modes. Now the free frame video is going to shoot wider, and then you can go into the app later on and you can use that to reframe that shot and recrop it and change the shape, and this also has a horizon lock built in. Now the video itself can now shoot in regular H.264, so you don't have to process it through the app. You can actually just open the videos directly now. We've got time lapses, we've got time shift, which is like a motion lapse. We can do slow motion. Loop recording if you want to use it like a dash cam. So you can go in here and you can hit that info and that will tell you what each one does. And so to set a mode, all you do is just simply tap on it and it will go into that mode. Now, when you're in the mode, you can use action, linear, or narrow, so you can change the view there. And then we can go into the settings. Now, of course, depending on the view, some settings will be available and some won't. But as you can see here, we can do 16:9, 2.7K up to 30 frames. You know, we can change the frame rate, we can change the size. And of course, you can shoot vertical or horizontal. Then you can also swipe up to get to those settings. And if you go left, this will go into our album and we can preview, you know, the different shots that we've taken. Now, as far as downloading the images and the video, you can do it wirelessly through the phone app if you want, process them on the phone app and then upload them. Or you can just plug in the USB-C cable and upload it directly to your computer, to your desktop, and you can use the Insta360 desktop application. So I'm definitely gonna find a lot of use for this. Like, it's not gonna replace my main camera most of the time, but there are definitely gonna be times, you know, when I just need portability and I'm gonna be using this. I'm gonna be able to use it for doing some vlogs or at least supplementing the vlogs. I'm gonna be using it for the small camera, being able to put in places where you just normally wouldn't be able to get a camera, and just to get some really cool, fun, creative shots. And the other thing is to put the pendant around my neck, you know, and just wear it down here for first person. So let me show you an example here. You can see I'm doing some first person there. And you could do it for things like camera tutorials, which I'm actually going to be starting pretty soon, some photography tutorials and cameras. So I'm going to be able to show, you know, the hands in that first person view. And let me know in your comments underneath what you guys think about this. Oh, by the way, if you're new here to this channel, consider hitting the subscribe button, turn on notifications so you won't miss any of my videos. And I'll see you guys later.